Hey, this is APT Bro here, and Lunar New Year for 2024 has pretty much all the celebrations have ended. This is the 6th day, and it seems to me that pretty much has been finished. Everyone has to go back to work. All the family gatherings are done. And for me, it has been just like any other holiday. For as a American-born Taiwanese, back in America, we usually have our own holidays that are family gatherings, such as Thanksgiving, July 4th at sometimes, and also we have Christmas. Those are the two big ones, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Now, July 4th for us is mostly barbecues and friends and family for the local area to hang out. For me, I felt that moving here 10, 11 years ago, I realized one of the biggest things is that usually it's family gatherings with your relatives. Wow, that's a lot of relatives, right? Especially in the older generations, you might have maybe 6 or 7 different uncles and aunties, and it's hard to keep up with that when you were a child. But now as a grown-up person, an adult, it definitely gets easier. For those boys and girls who are watching, it will get easier. Trust me. But if you use English, it's much easier. Auntie and uncle. I know when I was a little kid, it was hard to remember which one was this. Is this Im or Jojo or Gugu? There's a lot of names, especially in Chinese and Taiwanese. There are times when I grew up saying those names, especially relatives, it took me a while to remember. It took me a while. And so I always ended up saying, hi, uncle, hi, auntie. And they're like, does he know how to speak Chinese or Taiwanese? And I'm like, Tiabo. So I think that a lot of kids these days, they still use the Tiabo. I don't know, I can't listen, I don't know, I don't understand, as an excuse. Now, for me, I do enjoy the holidays here in Taiwan, mainly because of the food. There's a lot of food, but there's a lot of gatherings, and gatherings definitely means food. And with us, I think that food is very important, especially in Taiwanese. You might hear this on this podcast or channel a lot, is we mention about is Jabawe. That means have you eaten yet in Taiwanese. And it is definitely a very common greeting, especially in Taiwan. Hey, Jabawe! Or it's just a very common saying. And I think that this is a very nice type of culture, especially in Taiwan, where food is very important. And in most cases, we want to make sure that the other person is full. And some of you might ask, wait, why am I wearing this team called the Reds? Right here. The Reds is actually not my team. My team is the San Diego Padres. If you follow MLB, San Diego Padres is my favorite team. Now, the reason why this red is a lucky color. And surprisingly, I have nothing in my closet that has the color red. Naturally, so I had to go and buy a Reds jersey. So for me, this is my only red color shirt. Not that I support the Reds, not saying the Reds are a bad team. I just love my San Diego Padres. Now, the reason why I have to wear red sometimes, especially, is when we have events here in Taiwan that calls for the red color, for lucky red. And some of you may see the red color shirts and clothing during events, mainly because they want to symbolize luck and prosperity in the future. So for those who are coming to Taiwan, make sure at least have one shirt or clothing that has red, because you might have this opportunity to wear opportunity to wear this color red during your time here in Taiwan, especially those that are contemplating or already are making the move to Taiwan. Now, for those who don't understand the Lunar New Year, the whole few days, the 6 days or 5 days of gatherings and family, New Year's Eve is usually with your immediate family. You will actually have a family gathering of dinner and board games with the immediate family. Now, not your wife's family, or if you are the wife itself, you do not go back to your own home. You actually stay with your husband's family and enjoy their nice dinner and whatnot. Then the next day, New Year's Day, you still don't go home. You actually spend time with your husband's family. In my case, I spend time with just me and my wife at home with our dog, Leia, and enjoy our dinner. Then, on the second day, to which we take a trip back down to Chiayi for my wife's family home. So yeah, if you're actually thinking about driving during the holidays, I would definitely suggest avoiding the early mornings or late afternoons. Why? Because many people are thinking the same way. They will drive in the mornings, which we did, and we did encounter a lot of traffic. But it's not too bad as long as you plan ahead and making sure that you don't rush and drive safely. All right. Now we spend time with them the next few days, and that is why in Taiwan we actually have 2 days full of restrictions of going down south, mainly because we have full 2 days of freeway restrictions of going up north. Mainly because after 2, which is the second day, many families will decide to head back home after 1 day spending time with their wife's family. Not saying that it's not good. Some people are not used to it. Some people actually go home very often, so they say, you know what? It's enough. 1 day. 1 day with my wife's family is enough. But in my case, I love my wife's family. They are very fun, exciting, and interesting at times, especially with their stories. And my sister-in-law is awesome. She has a lot of stories, a lot of jokes that I enjoy. And I think that's the thing about family is that for me, I didn't have any siblings. So I'm very happy to be with my wife's family because of her siblings and spending time with them and enjoying this family gathering, which I never really had except with my mom and dad back in the States. And for us, we never really have this Lunar New Year gathering, mainly because we didn't celebrate this much of Lunar New Year back in the States. For us, it just flew by us. We didn't have the New Year's Eve or day. We just ate the hot pot and that's it. That's it. Nothing else. My parents were not very concentrated on this type of holiday, mainly because we have other holidays we have to celebrate. Just after New Year's Eve, we got the winter break is finished for us in school, and then next thing you know, you got just regular different holidays like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day. So it just rolls by. And so for us back for ABTs, I guess, especially American-born Taiwanese, especially in the States, for ABTs, we never really experienced the nice holiday festivities that we usually have here in Taiwan. So if you decide that you want to move to Taiwan, or you're already here and you're wondering what to expect, yeah, it is pretty much what I told my wife. It's like Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, and a little bit of maybe a national holiday all mixed together in 1 week in Taiwan. You're not going to find any food or restaurants open on New Year's Day. It's just like New Year's Day in America or even Christmas Day in America. Nothing's open. Nothing. So if you want to spend time with your family, this is the perfect time. Just like in Christmas Day and also New Year's Day, you just hang out at home, watch TV, play board games, maybe order pizza if it's open, but if not, just cook your own food. And that's the good thing about spending time with your family. Now, last thing is also on New Year's Day is go with your spouse or someone else or maybe your relatives to pray at the temple. Oh, bye-bye. Not the bye-bye, bye-bye. That is praying. Praying is very big here in Taiwan, especially since the first day of the New Year's. And we want to pray for prosperity and hopefully good luck in the future, especially this coming year. Now, that is a very common thing to do. So, for example, you might see yourself, if you work at a Taiwanese company, they will actually have praying on the first day or the day before, their first day that they have to come back to work, or even on the first day of work, because they want to have a prosperity for their business. So you might be encouraged to go with them to actually be able to pray. And that is a very big thing here. I suggest anyone, even though it's not your faith, I suggest that you should go with them, at least observe and what they do. It is a very more of a respectful thing to do. I know some of you maybe practice other religions, but it is a good thing to see the culture and whatnot when it comes down to this type of praying for the good fortune and prosperity for the new coming year. All right, so these are some things that I saw that is very different from usually that you might see back in the States or just in general from holidays and festivities that you might see differently. If you have any questions or any things that you want to get to know more of about Lunar New Year in Taiwan or anything, be sure to comment below and ask me questions. I would love to answer your questions, and maybe we can have another video set up for those questions itself. And be sure to like and subscribe my channel. And thank you, ABT Bro out.